In the chaotic, ever-evolving world of social media, few personalities have risen as quickly, or as controversially, as Heston Cobb, who the internet knows better as Heston James. His name has become synonymous with viral stunts, boundary-pushing humor, and a relentless drive for digital fame. At just 24 years old, Cobb managed to amass a staggering 1.6 million followers across TikTok and Instagram. His meteoric rise was fueled by audacious, disruptive humor that both captivated and divided audiences. Heston's content was never about playing it safe. It was about making people stop, watch, and react. His earliest videos, like shrieking unexpectedly in retail stores, thrived on shock value and confusion, blurring the line between harmless fun and outright public disturbance. These moments, captured on camera, often left bystanders bewildered, unsure if they were witnessing a joke or a genuine disruption. The persona of Heston James was carefully crafted as a digital jester, a modern-day prankster who pushed boundaries for laughs, likes, and shares. He understood the power of spectacle, and he wielded it to build a loyal, if sometimes divided, fan base. As his fame grew, so did the scale and ambition of his pranks. What began as solo stunts soon evolved into elaborate, coordinated group invasions of businesses, with each new video raising the stakes and the spectacle. Cobb and his crew began impersonating employees, trespassing into restricted areas, and even commandeering private property, all in the name of creating viral content. Their antics, while entertaining to some, increasingly crossed legal and ethical lines. The digital applause, thousands of likes, shares, and comments, fueled his ambition, pushing him to go further each time. But with every viral hit, the risks grew, setting him on a collision course with real-world consequences that couldn't be ignored. What started as performance art and social commentary soon morphed into a series of elaborate disruptions that caught the attention of law enforcement and business owners alike. The line between entertainment and criminality became dangerously thin. Heston James's story is a cautionary tale, a case study in how the relentless pursuit of online fame can spiral out of control, leading to real-life trouble and consequences that no amount of followers can undo. In spring and summer of 2025, Cobb and his crew turned Tempe, Arizona, into their playground, targeting local businesses for increasingly bold pranks. Disguised as employees or officials, they infiltrated places like Pep Boys, Jiffy Lube, and Chipotle, creating chaos for viral videos. The pranks were meticulously planned for maximum disruption and online engagement. Each new video showcased their ability to invade, confuse, and disrupt, with hidden cameras capturing every moment. As their online audience grew, so did the frequency and audacity of their stunts. The relentless campaign blurred the line between comedy and harassment, with real businesses and employees bearing the brunt. Cobb's brand became synonymous with invasive comedy, but the real-world impact was mounting. The businesses targeted weren't just backdrops, they were workplaces, and the people inside were unwilling participants. The Highland Auto Repair incident epitomized Cobb's disruptive tactics, blending audacity with a disregard for boundaries that left a lasting mark on everyone involved. Dressed as a mechanic from corporate, Cobb entered the shop with an air of authority, clipboard in hand, quickly followed by a vanload of collaborators in matching uniforms. Their coordinated arrival was designed to look official, instantly throwing the shop into confusion. They staged a fake work scene, fumbling with tools, pretending to check paperwork, and crawling under customer vehicles, all for the camera. The group moved with exaggerated purpose, making the spectacle even more surreal for onlookers. The real staff watched in disbelief as their authority was undermined and operations ground to a halt. Some employees tried to intervene, but the confusion only deepened as the pranksters continued their act. The prank created immediate liability risks, with unauthorized people handling equipment and vehicles. Employees were forced to abandon their duties to confront the intruders, worried about customer safety and the shop's reputation. Online, the video racked up over 12 million views, celebrated for its audacity and comedic value. Viewers marveled at the boldness of the stunt, sharing it across platforms and fueling its viral spread. But for owner David Highland and his staff, it was a violation. Stressful, disruptive, and deeply disrespectful. The team spent hours recovering from the chaos, fielding questions from concerned customers and trying to restore order. The disconnect between viral laughter and real-world distress was stark. While the internet found humor, those at the center of the prank faced real consequences. Cobb's followers saw a hilarious skit. The business saw chaos, loss, and a blow to their sense of security. The emotional toll lingered long after the cameras stopped rolling. This incident highlighted the cost of viral fame for those caught in the crossfire, raising questions about the ethics of pranks and the real impact on small businesses targeted for online entertainment. At a Tempe Chipotle, Cobb's crew posed as a rogue cleaning team, barging behind the counter with mops and buckets. Their mission was to clean up, loudly criticizing the restaurant's portion sizes as a pretext for their antics. The prank disrupted food prep, created a health hazard, and left employees scrambling to regain control. Staff pleas were ignored, and the situation escalated until the manager called 911. The video captured the chaos and confrontation, quickly going viral. Online, it was spun as a comedic clash with corporate policy. For Chipotle employees, it was a stressful ordeal that endangered their work environment and forced police involvement. The incident marked a turning point. These weren't just pranks, but public nuisances with real consequences. Cobb's pursuit of laughs had crossed into genuine disorder. While Cobb's videos racked up millions of views and sparked endless online debates, the real impact was felt by the employees he targeted. Ordinary people just trying to do their jobs. For them, the pranks brought not just a momentary distraction, but ongoing stress, confusion, and sometimes genuine fear, not the lighthearted entertainment viewers saw online. Work was disrupted, revenue lost, and staff forced to act as security in their own workplaces, often without any warning or training for such situations. Employees felt powerless as their authority was ignored, their safety compromised, and their ability to serve customers undermined by chaos they never asked for. The emotional toll was significant. Frustration, anger, and anxiety lingered long after the cameras stopped rolling, sometimes affecting their well-being for days or even weeks. Business owners like David Hyland had to reassure customers, review security protocols, and try to restore a sense of normalcy for their teams. After the chaos, it was the employees who were left to clean up the mess, physically and emotionally, resetting displays and picking up the pieces. The incidents exposed a vulnerability to digital age disruption that few were prepared for, forcing businesses to rethink how they protect their staff and customers. Employees' sense of security was violated for fleeting online content, leaving them wary and on edge even after the cameras were gone. The human cost of these so-called harmless pranks rarely made it into the final TikTok cut, overshadowed by likes and shares. Behind every viral laugh was a real person dealing with the fallout, coping with the stress, the disruption, and the feeling of being made a target for someone else's entertainment. Cobb's unchecked pranks finally caught up with him as complaints mounted and Tempe police launched an investigation. His own social media posts provided a clear record of his activities, making identification easy for detectives. On July 23, 2025, Cobb was arrested at home, facing a slew of criminal charges. The charges included burglary, criminal impersonation, disorderly conduct, and trespass, reflecting the seriousness of his actions. The transition from influencer to criminal suspect was swift and decisive. Cobb's arrest sent a message. The law applies to everyone, even viral stars. The investigation continues, with other participants potentially facing charges. What was once edgy comedy is now evidence in a criminal case. After Cobb's arrest, Tempe police worked to reframe his actions, not as pranks, but as crimes. Officer Jessica Els emphasized that intent to entertain doesn't excuse breaking the law. Impersonating employees and trespassing are felonies, not jokes, she explained in media interviews. The department used Cobb's case to warn other influencers. Viral fame is no defense against prosecution. Their message was clear. Actions have consequences, regardless of online popularity. Law enforcement is increasingly called to address disruptions staged for social media. The Cobb case became a warning to content creators everywhere. The police weren't out to stifle humor, but to protect the community from real harm. The line between entertainment and criminality is one the law won't ignore. Cobb's story reveals the gulf between online entertainment and real-world impact. On TikTok, his videos were hits, fast, funny, and decontextualized from the people affected. The screen created distance, turning employees into mere props for viral content. Viewers rarely saw the disruption, safety risks, or emotional toll on staff. For business owners like David Hyland, the pranks were violations, not jokes. The legal system, unlike social media, deals in evidence and consequences, not likes. Cobb's arrest forced a reckoning between digital fame and real accountability. His case is a lesson. Actions have consequences that can't be edited out. The pursuit of online laughs can lead straight to a courtroom. Viral content may fade, but its real-world impact lingers. Heston Cobb's saga is a cautionary tale for influencers everywhere. With a large audience comes responsibility. Online power demands ethical choices. Cobb's downfall was failing to recognize that responsibility, prioritizing clicks over people. Social media's reward system can push creators to dangerous extremes. The lesson: online fame is no shield from the law or from the harm caused to others. Responsible influence means empathy, foresight, and respect for those affected by your content. Platforms and audiences must also demand accountability and reject content built on distress. The burden of influence is shared. Let's value human dignity over viral clicks.